That was a good question.
What is up, everybody? You're very welcome along. The Reds have beaten Norwich by 4-1, top of the league, as the stream title said. I haven't even checked. Is that the stream title, Connor?
Top of the league, yeah.
Top of the league, ladies and gentlemen. I'm joined on the line by two massive Reds, two friends of the channel. Going to start off with Stephen Richards. How are you, sir?
I'm great, thank you.
Happy with that result?
I am. We sort of died away in the second half, but we annihilated them in the first half, and very big surprise on the face of Adrian as he had to come on. I don't think he expected to be able to play until the League Cup.
Connor said during the stream, like, Mino probably sitting at home putting his foot through the television thinking, I waited the whole of last season, got absolutely no chances. Adrian comes in, first game, mate, and he's straight in already.
Yeah. Well,
to be fair,
I have more confidence in Adrian than Mignolet, to be honest, Craig.
I'm the same, mate, and to be fair, I don't think there was much he could have done about the goal. It was a good finish by Timo Pukki.
Yeah, and the irony is the guy who scored for Norwich is a diehard Liverpool fan too.
That is nuts. I didn't know that. I just like saying Timo Pukki, if I'm being honest. It's quite fun to say.
Yeah, it's all family of Liverpool fans.
We're also joined on the line by Mr. himself, Mr. Salvador Dali, Dave of Dave's LFC chat fame. Dave, how are you, sir?
All good, Craig. All good, Connor, Craig, Brian, and Steve. Just congratulations on 20,000 plus subscribers. Wow.
Yeah, it's as I keep saying, it's extremely humbling, mate. And as long as this blagging adventure of ours continues, we're going to keep going. For you, mate, immediate thoughts on the game, and then I want to get to your little thoughts on the transfer as well. What are your thoughts on that 4-1 to the Reds?
Okay, to me it was a game of two halves, the classic game of two halves. We were 4-0 up at half time. I thought we would have scored more goals in the second half. I think Norwich deserved a goal or two the way they played. We were a bit nervous in defence. And for me, going forward through the season, it had to be VVD and Matip. That might be controversial, but I just think it's better stability at the back four. It just gives us more going forward. It's just more of a wall, more of a block. Matip and VVD. I just think, mate, that's my thoughts on it. I just think we look more solid with that back four. We just looked a bit nervous tonight, and hopefully Alisson injured as well. I'm just hoping he's okay for next week or for the Super Cup.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Connor before the team news came out, and we were debating on who should partner Virgil van Dijk, and there is a genuine debate as to who should get the nod. Like, Joe Matip finished last season excellently, Dave, and started off the pre-season as well very well. But I think long-term Joe Gomez has always been who Jurgen Klopp has had as the partner for Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, Matip, for say since Christmas, hadn't put a foot wrong. If I was sitting on the bench as Billy Joel Matip, as I call him, sitting on the bench, I wouldn't be happy being left out of the Charity Shield and then the first game of the season at Anfield. I mean, when he came on in the Charity Shield, he changed that game. Not only did he score, just changed the whole flow of the game. For me, I mean, I really do. I'd expect him to start the next game. I'd expect him to start against Chelsea on Wednesday.
Interesting. Stephen, coming back to the game tonight, mate. Obviously, the first goal was an own goal, but what was the pick of the Liverpool goals for you, pal?
Oh, I think Origi. He's my club hero, and I think he's going to shine this year. He's not going to be a bit part player. I think you're going to see a lot more confidence in this guy, and I think he's actually going to be the player that Brendan Rodgers thought he was signing all those years ago.
It was some ball, wasn't it, by Trent, by the way? Absolutely unbelievable. Now look, we could sit here, Stephen, and question the Norwich defending, but that's not really our place to do so. We're here to celebrate brilliance, and it was a great ball, great finish by Divock, and he carries on, mate, as he ended last season in great goal scoring form.
He's the club hero. We have 6 European Cups because of that guy.
Absolutely, I love that man. I was so happy when he signed a new contract in the summer. Whatever our thoughts are about if he's on the same level as the front three, which he isn't at the minute, having him at the club, being full of confidence as he is, still developing, it can only be a good thing, Stephen.
Yes, and at least we now know that we haven't just a couple of seasons ago. All we literally had on the bench on some games was children, under 18s, under 23s, that type of thing. Now we've got a fully fledged international that's come into his own, and he can stand in for any of the front three. You know, if, for example, if Firmino goes off, they can put Mane in the middle, that type of stuff. They can jiggle around with it. But Origi is mainly on that left side, on the front three. I think.
And Dave, there was a moment in the first half, mate, where Bobby Firmino pulled the ball down out of the air, swiveled on his left boot, and got his shot away. And it would have been one of the goals of the season, mate, if it went in.
I'm watching the game with my brother, who's up from Cork tonight, and that was orgasmic. It's all I can say about that goal. I mean, the chest, that was FIFA stuff. The chest down, the turn, the volley, the no-look volley. It was a good save from Krull, but if that went in, I heard you and Connor saying that would have been the goal of the season already. But I mean, it was FIFA 2006 when I used to play a long time ago. That was what I used to do. Top corner, Bobby no look. Oh, Thierry unreal.
Yeah, it was. It would have been absolutely stupendous. It would have been, as we said, one of the goals of the season. But I've asked Stephen for his, mate, so I want to ask you for yours. What's your goal of the game?
Goal of the game is actually... I'm a big, huge Salah fan, obviously, but it's just... You want Salah scoring early in the season. First game of the season obviously helps. He did as well, a lovely assist. But Salah's goal for me was a lovely, deft little curler into the corner. And, of course, I have him in the fantasy football as captain, so it always helps.
Oh, Connor's sitting here smug as fuck as well, because he had Salah as captain in his fantasy team, and I had Sadio Mane as captain. Oh, gents, Sadio Mane. Before I let you both go, I want to get your man of the match. So, Mr. Richards, I'll come to you first, sir. Who for you deserves the nod? It's a conversation actually myself and Connor haven't even had, and there's many candidates today.
Well, I'm going to use the after watershed version of it. Big cock Divock.
You can use the after watershed version all you like, my friend. You know we love a bit of swearing on this channel. Yeah. Big cock Divock. It was a good performance indeed by him. It's a good shout. And Mr. Trainer for you, sir?
I will go the fabulous Fabinho. Quiet, effective, controlling 90 minutes from him.
He was excellent. And I want to put in a shout as well. I want to just say, I thought Jordan Henderson put in a shift there today as well in midfield. I thought he was pressing. I thought him and Bobby Firmino did a lot of dispossessing in the final third of the field as well. Yeah, it's a tough one. Connor, for you, mate, who was your man of the match?
Man of the match, probably Salah. Goal and assist, very good.
He says from his smug double captain's points.
Captain Morgan.
Shout out for VVD as well, lads, huh? Stephen, first VVD, game of the season, getting on the score sheet.
Yeah, VVD, he's the Dutch Alan Hansen.
Dutch Alan Hansen, I like it.
I like it.
Hansen in a man bun.
I think he should score a lot more goals, Craig, and he will score a lot more goals. That's why he's my team. That's why he's on my team as well in the fantasy football.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of happy fantasy football people. Say again?
I think it's going to score at least 10 goals.
That's a big shout by Mr. Richards. Look, gents, I'm going to have to leave it there. I've got so much to catch up on with Connor. We've got to announce the winner of our competition. It's been an absolute pleasure having you both on. I want predictions from you both for the Super Cup game before I let you go. So, Stephen, give me a prediction for that one.
3-1 Liverpool.
Like it. I'm having that, buddy. And Mr. Trainer?
2-0 Liverpool. Salah and Mane in the mirror.
Nice one. Ladies and gents, it's been a pleasure having Stephen and Dave on with us today. Gonna say goodbye to them both and get on and have a chat with Connor. Gents, I will catch up with you both soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Right, it's myself and you again, Connor, Mr. Crosby. And look, let's announce the winner of the competition. And we'll get into it then. We'll get through all your comments, your chats, ladies and gents. As I said, that was our first phone-in of the post-season, or the new season. We'll work on the technology as it goes on. It was just a bit of fun. I enjoyed it.
Just be sitting in the background and
yeah.
nothing for us.
Thing is, it would usually be just me, so it'd be much easier to conduct that. Connor, you're about a minute behind, probably, were you?
30 seconds behind, yeah.
Right.
Just have to speak to the Skype call.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true, yeah. See, this is what I mean about working through technology. Look, give us the winner of the competition. I want to say a massive thank you to our friends at footy.com who gave us this shirt to give away. Make sure you go over, give them a follow, and of course on our Twitter account for many more competitions. Who's won?
The winner is John Griffiths, which is at JPGriff16 on Twitter. At
JPGriff16. We will be on touch, of course, on Twitter where that competition was being ran. But look, congratulations to him. We'll get that shirt sorted out, and a congratulations or thank you to the guys at footy.com as well for looking after us. Look, Connor, 4-1, mate, top of the league as you said in the thumbnail. What are your overall thoughts on that one?
Just a convincing win, really, wasn't it?
Let you have a little bit of this
I'll have
microphone.
a bit so people can actually hear what I'm saying. Not much to say really other than good win. Bad. It wasn't bad to concede a goal, but like would have been nice if we kept a clean sheet. Obviously Alisson getting injured is bad, but hopefully not too bad, because like I think it was Maddox saying that LFC weren't too concerned, so hopefully we won't be here too long.
Yeah, fingers crossed. I mean, God, it is such. I mean, at least it's not one of the positions where we're sitting here going, should have strengthened in the summer, because there was never going to be like a realistic big
goalkeeper
situation coming in. So Mossy said Hendo was so good today, it was crazy. And look, sometimes we can be guilty of running away with players, but I pretty much slated Henderson for his performance in the Community Shield against Manchester City. But tonight I thought he was back to his attacking best.
Yeah, he was pressing very well, and like I said, just bombing forward. He looks a lot better than being shackled to staying at number 6. Like, yeah, he's getting better game by game, even though he was a bit shit in the Community Shield. But like, he seems to be getting more confident going forward, which is always good to see.
Overall, 4-1 win. Is there any disappointment for you with not going out and putting them to the sword in the second half?
No real need, especially with Super Cup next week. You know, by going and killing ourselves.
Yeah, that's very true. It's good to see Sadio got on as well, get some minutes, looked sharp as soon as he came on.
Especially since you had him as captain on FBL as well.
Yeah, well, there is that. I won't hold that against him. Look, he looked bright. You could see he caused his defence. If you give him, sometimes when we pull the play across and you give him 5 or 10 yards out wide on the left hand side, it's good night Vienna. Like, he's going to cause trouble.
Yeah, even Origi did well though, to be fair.
He did very well. Very well.
His footwork has come on leaps and bounds. He's brilliant. Like.
And Gomez, under a bit of scrutiny today, a lot of people maybe think John Matip should have started. What was your take on Gomez's performance?
Didn't really know him too much, but usually means being solid. Like, didn't really do too much wrong.
It's a fair shout. I think they did get through our defence at times today a little bit too easily, but I don't know if that's because it was an open game, and I don't know if it is an open game. A Liverpool play, I will always back us to come out on top of it against anybody.
Yeah, we'll outscore any team.
And we will tighten up as the season goes on. And when we do play the bigger sides, with all due respect to Norwich, the Manchester Cities, the Chelseas, the Uniteds, the Spurs, the Arsenals, we will be tighter at the back. We probably won't go as gung-ho going forward. We wondered before the game about Jordan Henderson in the midfield. Would he get the licence to go forward, or would he be a bit more restricted? He got the fucking licence, mate.
He seems to be further forward than Genie at times, doesn't he?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right wing at times. It's really interesting.
Matip should have started, said Jack's page.
Doesn't really matter though.
Look, yeah, I can get it, Jack. I get it, mate. I mean, there's definitely a very difficult conversation there around which one should start. But you know what? It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, because like if one starts to slip, we know we have the better one come in, and then
don't say slip. Not allowed to say slip.
Keeps pressure on him as well to keep up the performances when one does get into the team. Like if Gomez has a bad game now, Matip gets in and stays being good, then Gomez will put pressure on to keep at that level.
Can we talk about the delivery from wide areas, whether it be Trent, whether it be Robbo, whether it be Henderson as well? The amount of balls that we're going to be putting into the box to work, and all it takes is like for the goal, a flick off a defender, and it's there, job done, goal 1-0. It must be an absolute nightmare to play against those two fullbacks.
Yeah, like you see Origi's ball in first, that was the own goal, just deflection, can't do anything about it. Origi's header, just brilliant ball in again, just free header, couldn't do anything about it. So good to see though. Like, there's going to be so many assists from the two fullbacks again this year.
It'll be 2 to 4 weeks. Just a calf injury, Secca cool with regards to Alisson.
Not great, but it's not the worst.
It isn't great, but even the smallest of injuries now, whether it be a muscle strain or anything to a professional footballer, it's very rare you don't get 2 weeks minimum.
Who's he missing against then?
Chelsea, Southampton, the next league game after
that,
and my memory doesn't stretch that far after that. Right, let's get through some more of your wonderful comments, ladies and gents. I hope you enjoyed that performance. Again, thank you so much to everyone that subscribed during that to help us get past 20k. If you're enjoying this stream, please do hit that button as well. What else have we got? Time for a calf injury. I don't know what that means.
Potentially missing Arsenal and Burnley as well.
Arsenal and Burnley. Interesting. I suppose, look, it's a matter of if our defence does its job, then hopefully
it shouldn't have too much
doesn't have too much to do. Look, I'm always going to try and look at things with a positive spin. It sucks that you lose your first choice keeper for a few weeks. It is, but he went through the entirety of last season without missing a beat, like picking up a single injury. As well,
don't generally get injured though, do they?
No, and again, like Bobby, he did come back a little bit later. I mean, he's still playing catch up, so maybe he was pushed that little bit hard. And just like that slip or anything. Could have been dehydration. Could have been anything.
Can't say slip though.
I can't, you're right. I'm an absolute hypocrite. And I really am. But no, we definitely didn't say slip. Nor did I say Alisson during the game when it was Adrian. 21k by Sunday, said K-Mac. You never know, mate. I still can't believe we're past 20k. It looks beautiful.
It does look very good.
It does look very good. Firmino looks better than last year already, said Callum, LFC. He looks
fresh, doesn't he?
He does. He looks fresh. I've said this as well so many times, but the understanding between him and Mo, just for the little interplay around the edge of the penalty area, like, and even what I've noticed, and I'm sure you guys have as well, is a lot of the time it doesn't come off, but it ricochets through anyway somehow, or we win back the second ball after we give it away. Henderson would be coming in at the edge of the box or something, and
just persistence, really.
It must be a nightmare. Like, just when you think you're clearing your lines, another swarm. So you get past the press of Firmino and Henderson and Salah, and then here's Fabinho. It must be a fucking nightmare to play against.
He cleaned up tonight as well.
He absolutely did. He was everywhere. He swarmed all over them, and there are lots of positives to be had. There's some negatives, but like, it's too early in the season to be discussing positive negatives. 4-1, top of the league. What else we got? Top of the motherfucking league. We shall not be moved, said Darren Calvin. Love it. That's my type of mentality. You doing the City game, said Callum. City game?
I assume it means when they're playing.
Oh, no, mate, no. No more watch-alongs of opposition teams' games. We did that at the end of last season when City were playing because there was a title race on.
Yeah, I kind of had to at that point.
And if it gets to the point again this season, of course, where there's a head-to-head title race, yes, but from the start now, we'll just be focused on Liverpool stuff. Because we've got a lot of content to get through on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We've got podcasts, we've got nightly streams, watch-alongs, post-match shows, bite-sized agenda, which I will get up off my arse and get sorted out very soon as well. Good win, shame we lost out in Alisson. I feel Matip makes us more solid at the back. A lot of love for Matip, Connor.
Everyone loves Matip. It was a majestic giraffe just bowing down the pitch.
I don't know what this is, but I'm imagining this is how a majestic giraffe kind of bops along. Morphine phone-ins, said Domestic Butler. If you want to supply the morphine, mate, then by all means.
It'd be funny, wouldn't it?
I would. Breaking. Klopp says Alisson suffered a calf injury, definitely out of the Super Cup, said James Pierce, a friend of yours, James Pierce.
James Pierce, of the Athletic now.
Formerly of the Echo, now of the Athletic. I have to say I do like the name, the Athletic.
Yeah, it's classy, isn't it?
It is classy. Podcasts, said K-Mac. Don't tell. I don't know what that means. We do podcasts. We did one the other day. Well, we say podcasts. We only put them up on YouTube these days because we don't see the point of stretching people and putting them out. Yeah, putting them on platforms. We just try and keep everything in one place now. Right, I would let Matip play on Wednesday. So Paul Turner, for you, do you expect many changes for the Reds on Wednesday?
Don't say too many. Maybe in midfield. Maybe Mane starts. Other than that, I don't really think there'll be too many changes.
Yeah, Friday's a bit of a blessing from that sense, isn't it? I mean, Chelsea have to go play Sunday.
Yeah.
Against United, yeah. And then they have to go and play on Wednesday, so we have 2 extra days rest. And usually I'd say these things don't matter, but it kind of does matter. Like 2 days is a lot.
Especially this early in the season.
So I'm wondering what Frankie Lampard's going to do there. Not that I really care much, to be fair, from a Chelsea perspective, but there's no denying it. We do have things going in our favour there heading into the Super Cup. It's do you take it seriously? Is it a competition that means much to you?
It means more than the Community Shield, you know.
It sounds so easy for us to be salty.
I said this 2 months ago.
That's what I mean. People are going to tune in and think we're being salty.
The FA don't actually count the Community Shield as a competitive game.
It's not on the board in Melwood, is it? It's not on the honours board that we have up in Melwood.
No, it's not a major honour.
And I know that sounds salty, but as Connor said, look back, we've been talking about this all summer. We've said it would have been great to win it, but at the end of the day, it is just a glorified friendly that raises money for good causes, and that is what I always try and take from the Community Shield. What have we got? Salah was my triple captain, to John Kelly. Do you know, a few people did say, I remember one of the ladies on Twitter, actually, I can't remember what the lady's name was, she went triple captain on Salah as well today.
Why would you go the first week triple captain though?
I don't know, but wasn't there assist in there as well for Salah?
I think so.
I think there was was it a corner? Did he put the corner in for Van Dijk?
I believe so.
Which, do you know what I mean? Triple captain starting to look like a good shot, although he will probably score a hat-trick or 4-1 game.
Yeah, I was Salah.
So there you go. Gokul wants to know thoughts on VAR. Obviously today it's not played any major... The biggest pain in the arse about it today was the earpiece at half time.
That was ridiculous.
I still don't know what went on there.
And how did they work fine in the first half and not second half?
It is a bit strange, isn't it? Oh, Raptor's in the chat. Raptor, how are you, buddy? Thoughts on the game today? Rod's in the chat as well, all the way from Australia. Yeah, look, VAR, it's going to be interesting as the season goes on. All we can hope for is that it gets the major decisions correct. It doesn't slow the game down too much. The fans inside the stadium get kept aware of what's going on. And anything after that, mate, it's just going to be something I have to get used to.
So it, isn't it? No what else to say.
There does come a point though, and I understand people's thoughts on this, where how much technology is too much technology? How much before we're actually looking at a different game almost?
Yeah, like even all the rules you explained at the start of the stream, like they're all small things, but it does change the game, and especially with technology, like goal line technology is good because it's clear, but like VARs is going to lead to more debates. It's going to slow down the game, and I don't know. I think it's a sport. Like you shouldn't have too much technology.
There's a few rules, as you said, and there was one that was voted away as well. Remember, there was supposed to be the penalties. There was no rebounds from penalties. They were
that'd be ridiculous.
It was close to being brought in. It was voted down in the end, but yeah, they were looking at bringing in, if you miss the penalty, the rebounds don't count. Just the ball goes dead. But the rules that we do know that came in, if it hits the referee, it will be a drop ball. If it's a pass, it's going through. We've seen it in action there today. Attacking players have to be at least 1 meter away from a defensive wall. Then we've seen also we had the new goal kick rule come in as well. The substitution rule where players, that is a great rule now, I have to say.
Yeah, it's handy.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, it used to be the situation where when you knew a substitution was coming, you'd see a player slyly just kind of drift off to the far side of the pitch, knowing his number was about to come up and they were going to come off. What happens now is, no matter where you are on the field, you leave the pitch at the nearest point of exit. So your nearest white line off the pitch, basically. Doesn't matter if you're at the corner flag, the far side of the pitch, the near side. You go off, the new player comes on, and I have to say I'm for that one. Yeah, I think that is a good rule. The goal kick one as well, I think I like that because it was a get out of jail free card for defenders.
Step in.
So yeah, that I'm happy about. But look, we can't really talk too much about VAR because we haven't seen it really in action yet in the Premier League. Hopefully there's an absolutely scaldy decision over the weekend for City or United or Chelsea or something like. Because everybody's fully convinced because VAR is in now that Liverpool are fucked, like.
Even though there was that article.
Yeah, even though the facts don't back up anything along that. It is absolutely just biased completely. Tommy McCullough's in. Tommy, how are you, sir? Only 71 games left. It's like Craig Crosby's like combined both our names there. He's done very well, hasn't he? I often wonder about things. Sometimes I look at names and go, is that made up?
I hope it's made up.
Good stuff. Lucky to do better for a great team. Fans were great today. They gave Adrian a great applause when he came on and for Mino when he came off. Said LFC 1892.
Yeah, it's good to see you getting time as well.
It was good to see, as you said, Adrian coming on, running towards the cop and us being like balls up.
Yeah, like he wouldn't have expected to play for weeks or months, potentially, like, and just suddenly just dropped in. It must have been strange for him. Yeah,
he did alright, made a couple of decent saves, couldn't have done too much with the goal.
An awful lot wrong,
yeah, I was happy enough with that. And where's Brewster? Not in the matchday squad, and this is a problem when you've got, like, we're talking about strength and depth and wanting bigger squads. There's only so many places on the bench. What have you got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 places on the bench, like, so who are you going to drop? Do you know what I mean?
Especially when you have Mane on the bench, you're not going to swap like your main attacking player out for Brewster, really, are you?
And now you've got Mane coming back in, so Origi will probably drop to the bench, and then, you know, it depends, courses for courses, how many attackers you're going to need in the game. And I think a lot of the time as well, the manager will look at the bench and go, versatile player, Milner can play left back, can play here.
I was only thinking that, Jed, it's like, gives you a lot of options off the bench then, especially with someone like Milner.
It is, yeah, it is a reason why we've so many players in our team that can play in various positions. It's because looking at that bench there today, right, so Adrian obviously in goal, Milner, he can play on the wing, he can play left back, he can play midfield, could play centre back, could probably play DM.
Could probably play in goal if you had to.
Keita can play left in an wing. 8 or 10, basically, on the left side. Chamberlain, we've seen him play
wingers and
wing back at Arsenal.
Yeah, and wing back.
Mane through the centre or any side. Even in the 10, I would suggest as well, if needed be. Shaqiri, again, numerous positions. And Matip, look, he's a centre back, but he can play in the DM, I suppose. He
used to play there for Schalke.
I think he'd be quite good there as well, to be fair. So
good, yeah.
You can see by a quick glance at the bench there why Kloppo has the options he does on the bench, and it's going to be difficult for Brewster, and I'm expecting big things from him. But like I said to Connor earlier on, I don't know if you guys were with us for it during the stream. He's still coming back for a long time out, and I'm trying to look at him like a new player into the club, and that maybe he's not quite up to speed yet. He's not quite up to full what Klopp would call match fitness, I suppose, and it's going to be intriguing, but I'm expecting a slow and steady introduction. If there is a manager who knows how to bring through a young man, it is Kloppo.
Yeah, like even with new signings, all it takes a few months to settle in. Like he's not going to rush anyone in now. So like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see that.
you need to sign another goalie. We really don't.
Well, we can't now anyway.
Yeah, we have Creevin Kelleher as well, who's a few weeks away from coming back after a wrist operation. Klopp says Alisson suffered a calf injury, definitely out of the Super Cup, which we went through a while ago. Second half performance was very poor. I don't think it was very poor.
Alright, wasn't that great.
We probably could have scored 3 or 4. Now Norwich probably had more chances than we should have allowed.
We weren't 100%. We didn't need to be like.
It wasn't up to scratch, I would say. It wasn't great, but it wasn't poor. I think poor is maybe a little bit hard. Brewster for Istanbul reckons Mr. Stevie Richards. What do you think?
I hope so. I'd like to see him get a chance in like a proper competitive game.
Oh, scenes if he came on and scored and wins the Super Cup, instant hero. Love that to happen for the young man. Ream will get his chances, said Stephen Savage as well. Lens-based media said overall more good than bad. What else we got? Fingers crossed for Alisson. Hopefully Trent will get up to speed soon. Think VVD won't. Won't let him back with any sloppy play. Look, Van Dijk's a defensive organiser. They're not gonna be happy conceding today. Let's be honest about it.
Yeah, after going that far up, like probably shouldn't have gotten a goal in, but like it's not the end of the world either.
K-Mac reckons Norwich are gonna stay up. Agree?
Yeah, I think they have enough going forward. They're going to score a good few goals now.
Yeah, what's his hey mods, hope you're having an amazing day, said Evan Trainer. Brewster found the training hard, won't play for a while, said Junkie Funky Smith. We did look overwhelmed, I think he meant to say overwhelmed in the second half. Let's not forget as well, the guys could be a bit tired. I mean, Klopp works them hard in pre-season.
Yeah, and some were just back, like even like in the Copa America lads and the rest of them, like, were all barely come back a few weeks ago. Yeah,
true. Pookie looks decent, said LFC8092. Are you doing a preview for the Super Cup? Well, we do streams every night, mate, so yeah, I suppose we pretty much will be. Be back tomorrow night. I might take one night off over the coming nights. I'm not sure which one yet, but I will give you at least 24 hours notice. But yeah, mate, we'll be having a look at it. We'll be doing a watch along of it as well, and a post-match show as always. Trent switches off defensively. I think that's an old accusation to label at Trent.
Yeah,
I think he's a bit more switched on these days defensively.
I didn't know saying too bad today, did you?
No, not.
Didn't get caught out too much, like.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're talking about Trent going back a while back, I would have said yes. But nah, I don't think so. Not these days. I think he used to be accused, him and Gomez, of ball watching. A lot of the time they would be drifting towards the centre back spot, and the ball would be pinged over their head, and you'd have a left winger like Sané, say for instance, who'd be hanging out on the touchline there, would have too much space and skin them. But I think he's copped on to that, and much as we spoke about Larouci during pre-season as well, how great he is going forward, it is usually that last bit of balance between attack and defence that a young full-back will get to grips with.
Yeah, it's like he's so young still. People forget that just because he's so good. People expect him to be experienced, but like it's only second or third season in the game really of top flight football.
Still in awe at that ball for Origi.
It's ridiculously good.
It was just beautiful, like, and the run as well. Divock, fair play. He knew it was coming. Shocking defence, but we don't care about that aspect of it.
Just exploit it. You have to just do it.
I'm scared about Alisson, said Lucy Bennett. It's alright. It's only a few weeks. Adrian is a thoroughly professional, well-drilled, experienced goalkeeper, and it's the reason he's at the club.
Yeah, like as far as backup option goes, like you're not going to get much better than him or Mindy there, really.
He isn't Alisson, but there's very few clubs that you would say that they're backup. Like, let's look at Spurs. Is it Gazzaniga is the backup to Lloris there? He's okay. He's not too bad. Enough, is Romero still at United? Is he still the backup to De Gea? I think so. He's a decent keeper as well, to be fair.
Bravo's probably the best he will get as a backup, to be fair.
Yeah, Bravo's a good keeper as well. So yeah, like usually you will have a drop off from the first choice goalkeeper to the backup keeper, but it isn't great. I mean, none of us want him to pick up an injury, so we have to look at a positive. Again, we're worrying about the lack of depth in the front three. We have options at goalkeeper, so it's okay. Look, I'm trying to put a positive spin in it. It's not great that he's injured, there's no denying that. The applause we gave Bobby when he went off was great. I love that lad so much. Honestly, I can't speak. You've always said he's your favourite player. I absolutely love the lad. Adrian has 120 Premier League caps, says Rod already. So look, he's experienced in the Premier League.
How old is he actually? 28 or something, is he?
I actually don't know that. Do you know, I really don't know.
He's not that old, I think.
Top of the league, said Tom Conley. Good evening to you, sir. How are you? Welcome in. Actually, for you, Tom, in New York, is it Is it like 5:30 in the afternoon, something like that?
I have no idea.
First commenter on the channel.
He was.
Never going to forget that, Mr. Connolly. Tom Connolly was the first person to ever comment on a video on Anfield Agenda, and we'll never forget that. Small little details like that, it's mad thing to remember, isn't it?
It's mad. But yeah, even like people you see in the chat now, you remember from the time when we had about 6 people in the chat every night.
Yeah, it's I feel like gone into a full, we've come a long way. But I'm not going to, don't worry. Why do I think Salah didn't pass to Mane? There, look, 1 minute. I'd be more concerned about why Firmino didn't pass to Mane.
It was only one time though, it's not like a big...
But I don't remember any instances of thinking Salah should have passed to Mane. Not that I can remember, anyway.
Yeah, like, goal scorers are always going to be a bit selfish. People forget that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, they're only selfish if they don't score. If they score, nobody's talking about them being selfish. And Salah had one good opportunity where he bent it round the centre back and just went wide of the far post, which is exactly what I want to see him doing in that position. It's exactly what I'd want to see Sadio doing in that position on the other side. Adrian's 32.
32, fair enough. It's not that old.
No, for a keeper, he's still got 5 years, probably 6 years maybe left in him. It's the Super Cup during the week. It's on Wednesday, Del Boy. I'm not exactly... Where's my phone? I'm not 100% sure of the kick-off time. Let me just grab my phone here and check. Mr. Crosby, you can take over there for a sec.
Here we go. Salah tried to chip it from Mino instead of passing to Mane. Don't remember that. If you can say when that was, might help. Anything confirmed, Alisson? I think Klopp said calf injury, was it?
Yeah, calf injury.
Yeah. Probably like 2 to 4 weeks. I think people were saying people were saying that.
8 p.m. 8 p.m. on Wednesday for that one. So we'll be going live again about 7:30. I'm actually really looking forward to that game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to like have a good European night, I guess.
It's weird. I remember there was a period in the Super Cup where the Europa League team were going out and winning the Super Cup for quite a while.
It's fairly common, yeah. Whatever it is, like I suppose they think they have a point to prove and just turn up more. So ever Zenit and they beat like Madrid a couple of years ago when they won the Europa League. I just remember that one.
It's also a wonderful stadium, the Vodafone Arena, the Besiktas Stadium. Anyone gone over there will have an absolute ball. Beautiful city as well, Istanbul. Weather's going to be cracking. It's a nice little trip actually for any Reds or Chelsea fans heading over. Like,
yeah, it's the best few days around to make a holiday with.
Yeah, it's I'm jealous, I'm not going to lie. I would have just came back from Turkey, nowhere near Istanbul, but I wouldn't mind going over there. But I'm not quite sure how the family would have felt about that one. Us trying to disguise Florida as a work trip is...
If US Customs are watching, it's not a work trip.
It's absolutely a leisure trip. We're going over to meet fellow Liverpool fans. Well, we are, to be fair.
Yeah,
we've no earning opportunities on this trip. It's a fucking spending trip, to be fair. If anything else, we're emptying our pockets. Lucy Bennett said man of the match was Hendo, and that is a good shout, ladies and gentlemen. Do give us your man of the match. Also, we're only 26 subscribers off 20,400, so if you're watching, you're enjoying the stream, remember to hit that button. Did I ask you your man of the match?
Yeah, you asked me earlier, Salah.
Oh, Salah. We've got Salah. Right, man of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Henderson's a shout. There's a few options there to call today. Salah is a good shout. I mean, both the fullbacks did alright. I think Fabinho was a shout. Henderson did well. Henderson for me as well, so Paul Turner. Salah for K-Mac. Salah, the Egyptian goal-scoring hero. Darren Calvin. Hendo as well for Rod. What have we got? Bruce DeVille said, I have to say Bobby, man of the match. Again, he was everywhere.
Sure. You can give it to anyone, really. Everyone played well.
Yeah, like that. We came out of the blocks fast, and I was worried that we were going to have a sort of start that we had against Manchester City in the Community Shield, which was fairly stale, to be fair. But yeah, and Norwich contributed to it because they came out to play football as well. They didn't just sit back, and it was a good way to start the Premier League. If you're the Premier League bosses now, Friday night football, first game of the season, you're sitting back and you're saying, yeah, nice one, good football to come over the weekend as well. Loads of people bragging already about Salah being captain.
It's nice going into the weekend now though, just having to win, isn't it? Not having to worry about that.
Yeah, we can sit back now and enjoy the rest of the football this weekend, knowing that we have 2 days extra rest over Chelsea before. And I'm building this up if we lose that. Like, there's Chelsea have an excuse.
If we lose it, then it wasn't worth it. It was just beat a trophy.
Yeah,
but if we win it, then fast.
Right, what else have we got? We did announce the winner of the competition as well, but I'll call out that name one more time just in case people are tuning in late and are wondering. John Griffith, so at JPGriff16 on Twitter. Congratulations, mate. We'll be in touch as well about that one. But do keep an eye on the channel. We're going to give away so much more shit as the season goes on. Hey Craig, I like seeing Andy taking them cannon shots when he gets the opportunity, said Joshua Fernandes. Yeah, look, he's got a good left boot on him. He should be shooting more.
Yeah, like that banger for Scotland he scored, so why not? Nearly scored the first half, just barely went over. So like, you might as well keep going for it.
And Trent with the free kick as well.
Yeah.
It's a good strike. You call that one as well.
Yeah.
You said he's going to come across.
Small ends, like.
He's oozing confidence as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold at the minute. What else we got? United versus Chelsea prediction. Dave's LFC Chats wants to know.
1-0.
It's at Old Trafford, isn't it?
Old Trafford, yeah.
Do you know I'm going to say 2-1 United?
Interesting.
I think first game of the season, there'll be a lot of goodwill at Old Trafford. The crowd will be up for it. Harry Maguire's head might cast a shadow across the entire pitch.
And Fernandes to score, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Dybala and Fernandes definitely. Maybe Mandzukic to come off the bench. We forgot about him earlier on when we were having a bit of banter.
Milinkovic-Savic, so I remember signed last year.
Oh, he was nailed on, wasn't he? If there was a club that were linked to players and didn't sign them, it was between United and Spurs this summer for all those links. We were Spurs got Lo Celso in, to be fair, but they were also linked to Fernandes. They were linked to Coutinho. Is there any part of you on Coutinho? And I want to know everyone's thoughts in the chats on this as well. Is there any party that's a little bit happy he didn't sign for another Premier League club?
Yeah, but like more so because he would have strengthened them more than anything.
Yeah,
it's fuck why he does, to be honest. But like,
yeah, I'm exactly like that.
Yeah, I would like to have him back at the same time though.
It's it would have been a sickener if he signed for another Premier League club. At least now, whatever we think of him, we can always have that thought that he had the chance to.
Yeah, because he said he wouldn't move to anyone other than us, and he actually stuck to that, which is good. Do
you reckon he'll go to Bayern Munich, Neymar will go to Real Madrid, and Dybala will go to PSG? That's a little triangle, no?
I don't think anything will happen.
None of it?
Nah.
Wow.
Not now, maybe next year.
I definitely think there's a couple of big moves left in this window because
so. It'll be interesting to see. Like,
a lot of those clubs were just hovering around, and Van der Beek as well as another option for Real Madrid.
Prices have just gone so ridiculous now. Nearly everyone's being priced out of every transfer. Like,
that is nuts, isn't it? Like,
stupid. Like
when somebody said to me Zaha was quoted at 110 million at one point.
Yeah, they'd never offered 70 million James McCarthy and Cenk Tosun, wasn't it?
I thought it was 55 in those two.
70.
Jesus Christ, that is mental.
That's stupid money,
like Zaha's a good footballer. I'm not going to say otherwise.
That work, actually. No way United have like 25% clause on Zaha. If it was a straight swap.
There would have to be an agreement, I suppose, worked out with what the overall value of the deal was.
They wouldn't just get like Cenk Tosun every fourth game, like.
No, we'll have his image rights. We'll just have his image rights. That's actually something with Dybala that did scupper any potential move to the Premier League, is that he does have third party ownership of his image rights.
Yeah.
Which, isn't allowed in the Premier League.
Oh, we were looking at a player, Lucas Alario, a few years ago, Argentina. I think he's at like AC Milan or someone now. But yeah, the same thing, like he was actually owned third party, so that he couldn't move for ages.
It happens with stupid, a lot of young South American footballers. They're bought up, their what they call it, image rights and their transfer registrations are all bought up by companies who invest in them, bring them over to Europe, and there's some really interesting reading out there actually on this subject for people who have the time to do it. Peter van der Shan said if Zaha has 110 million and Salah has 200 million plus, yes, without a shadow of a doubt. Just joined, but I've read online Alisson has a calf injury. That's correct, Shay. It looks like, what did we say, 2 to 4 weeks?
2 to 4 weeks, I think, yeah.
I'm getting tired of all the celebrating. Fucking sucks to be you then, mate. I'm going to continue to celebrate until me...
I hope it's sarcasm.
How could you be tired of happiness, Lucy? Honestly, mate, come on. I don't know what's up there, but we need to be more celebrating if anything else. I mean, 6 times. What was that? You want more of the Champions League trophy, Lucy? Is that what you said? Because we are champions. Did you know we're champions of Europe?
Are we?
Many of these do Barcelona have. Oh, you can count them on one hand. How embarrassing is that for Barcelona? I've been able to count European Cups on one hand.
Could never be my club.
Never. Craig and Connor can't get to all the messages. Try their best. Yeah, we are. We're trying our best to get to as many as we can.
I'm sure rival fans would have you know that Liverpool fans have 6 fingers, so you could count them hands.
Transfer talk. We just had a game. Hey Nima, feel free to leave. Do you know what I mean? We can talk about whatever the hell we want because we're having a bit of fun. Yes, we did just have a game and we spent 2 hours talking about said game, had a phone in of the game. We
talk about these lovely biscuits.
We talk about those beautiful. Any Canadians watching? You'd be all up on those maple cookies. They're fucking delicious. Shout out to Sabrina, my wife's family, who brought them over from Canada because they know she's married to a fat Irish fucker who likes some bickies. Imagine moaning at us for talking about transfers for 5 minutes. Like, literally spent the entire summer. That's all anybody wanted to talk about.
We've spent like 2 or 2.5 hours tonight talking about the game, and get out to us for like 5 minutes.
Right, what else have we got? Katie should start ahead of Wijnaldum. Maybe long term, yeah. I mean, I've no issues with that at all, mate. I mean, love Naby Keita. Again, though, Genie, Klopp knew what he was going to get from Genie today, and maybe he's unsure about being ready to pull the trigger to release Keita full tilt.
Just ease him in, I guess. It didn't really work for him last season, but hopefully he can hit the ground running when he does come in.
Interesting to see how we line up away from home. So that Southampton game, that's going to be interesting to see how like we were much more attacking intent today. Henderson had the reins off, as you said. He looked a little bit more attack minded than Genie even today.
Yeah, he looks to be furthest forwards.
For those looking for the Fantasy Premier League, actually I'll be closing that after the stream, so you've got a couple of minutes still to get into it. Anyone who wants to join, John Hamilton's put the code in there. It's DO1999. Shout out to bloodhusky.com as well, who are sponsors of the Fantasy Premier League. Link in the description as well if you want to go over there, check them out, buy any of their merchandise, put in Anfield Agenda 10, get yourself a nice little 10% discount. How dare you say the word transfer, said Bagsy. I know, mate, that I'm not allowed to say transfer, we're not allowed to celebrate.
Not celebrate,
not allowed to talk about the fact that we're not British either. We're not allowed to talk about that. No. That's a taboo subject apparently for some.
Not allowed to troll back on trolls.
Lucy, I don't know who you support, but you say your team is still good. I don't know, mate, but I don't know. I just want to be happy. Can't I be happy? We can talk about what the fuck we want, said Stephen Richards. Yes, very much so. What about breathing? Are we allowed to breathe? No, not allowed to breathe either. Sorry. Look, ladies and gents, I think we're going to bring that one to a close. It has been a pleasure catching up with you wonderful people again today. I will be back tomorrow at 9:30 with the late night agenda. We'll go through it more detail. There'll be some more Premier League games done. Do you want to get ready with a really annoying thing that's just... Oh, look at me. Look, ladies and gents, it's been a pleasure as always. Take care of your families. Tell your loved ones that you love them. The Reds have won 4-1. I've been Craig. You've definitely been Connor.
Not the other way around.
He's been 60. Up the motherfucking Reds. Love to you all.